What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, guys, so we are actually going to continue our coverage over DC's new summer event known as Night Terrors. Now, remember, this is DC's big event, but it's all about the idea that there is a new bad guy out there known as Insomnia. And when it comes to Insomnia, he's right now looking for something called the Nightmare Stone. Now, for him to be able to actually find the Nightmare Stone, he has to jump around between different people's nightmares to be able to actually find the Nightmare Stone. And that is why he put the entire world to sleep, so that it'll be easier for him to jump around and to hopefully find the Nightmare Stone in someone's nightmare. And once he gets the Nightmare Stone, he'll become so powerful. Now, with all that information, when it comes to the main storyline is really all about the idea that certain heroes are trying to work together to hopefully stop Insomnia from finding the Nightmare Stone and doing more harm to the Earth. But the tie-ins, though, are really more important to me personally, because it's a way for DC fans to actually explore the different nightmares of DC characters. So what are Batman nightmares? What are Joker's nightmares? Matter of fact, what is Punchline nightmares of all characters? But either way, the tie-ins were made as a way to explore the different DC characters' nightmares. Now, with that being said, today's video is all about Wonder Woman. What are her nightmares? What is she scared of? Now, when it comes to Wonder Woman, she's actually not alone. That matter of fact, she is going to share this nightmare with the Justice League Dark team, because remember, she is the leader of that team. And so it makes sense for them to share one huge nightmare all together. On top of that, they were technically together when they all were put to sleep. And so getting into today's video, we actually do pick up right now with Bobo the Chimp. Now remember, Bobo the Chimp is technically a detective, but he's also part of Justice League Dark. Now he was with Diana and Zatanna when they were trying to figure out what in the world is going on when it came to Insomnia. Now, Bobo the Chimp and Diana, aka Wonder Woman, were put to sleep. Zatanna was not, because she was able to use her magic to actually protect herself, but unfortunately her teammates could not get that power on them, and so they fell asleep. And so right now you have Bobo the Chimp kind of looking around and freaking out. Now he does find Diana. When he does, he wants to hold her, but that is the moment Diana begins to melt. And then out of nowhere, a bunch of water appears and begins to actually drown Bobo. Now, luckily for Bobo, that is the moment where he is technically saved by Diana, because she does use the lasso of truth to actually pull out Bobo from being able to drown from that water. Now, right after she does that right there, she tells him, right now, you and I are technically in a nightmare. We both fell asleep. Now, Zatanna got lucky because she put a magic spell around her. But you and I are stuck in here, and we have to work together to hopefully get out of here. Now, that is the moment you also have Constantine appear. Now, when Constantine appears, he says, listen, we were all here together, the entire Justice League Dark team, except we were in different rooms from you, Zatanna, and Bobo. Either way, we all fell asleep and we're all in this nightmare together, and we all need to find each other if we want to actually get out of here. And so that is the moment they want to find the rest of the members of the Justice League Dark to hopefully escape from here. Now, if they want to be able to actually find the rest of their team, they have to go through a maze. Now, this is not just your regular kind of maze. This maze is better known as the Minoan Labyrinth maze. It was made by King Minos as a way to contain a demigod, a powerful demigod known as the Minotaur. And so if they want to actually go and find the rest of their team, they have to go through this maze. Now, you do have Bobo realize that if they do go through this maze, then there is a huge possibility that they might run into the Minotaur. And so right now, it's really Bobo saying, we could technically be killed here. On top of that, if this is a nightmare, we're going to run into other kinds of nightmares. My fears, your fears, Constantine fears. And so right now, it's Bobo kind of worried about the idea that something big could happen down the road. Now, when they actually do reach a certain kind of painting, it is a painting about the Minotaur, but this is where things get a tad bit crazier, because that is the moment the painting does come to life and begin to grab both Constantine and Detective Chimp into the painting itself. Now, right now, our three heroes were holding on to the lasso of truth, because to Diana, they feel like the lasso of truth cannot break so easily. It's one of the most powerful weapons in DC Universe. But when it comes to this nightmare, it honestly doesn't even matter, because you have Constantine and Bobo get grabbed and pulled into the painting. Now, Diana tries to go inside the painting as well, but as soon as she puts her hand on the painting, it burns her hand. And she realized something really big is about to happen, because one, she should be able to go with them, but she wasn't able to, and two, she just got burned on her hand so easily, someone who is very durable. And so then we learn what happened to Constantine and Bobo after being pulled inside the painting. And we kind of find out that they were confronted by a bunch of different kinds of nightmare creatures. Now, when it comes to these nightmare creatures, at first, Constantine is not scared of them. And the reason why, because Constantine is a very powerful sorcerer. He knows how to handle things like this right here. And so he feels like he'll be okay. And matter of fact, he does cut up a lot of these demons. The problem is though, the demons he killed, they come right back to life. And they also bring more buddies with them. And so Constantine realized the numbers right now do not look good for him nor Bobo. And so they have to run away. But here comes the problem though. Bobo is so scared in this nightmare right now, he runs a different direction than Constantine does. And Constantine does not want the two of them to be split up. And so Constantine follows Bobo, except when he hits that corner, Bobo is gone. He disappeared. And we have no idea where he went to. And so now it's Constantine saying, okay, you know what? Better idea. I'll just use some magic as a way to hopefully bring all the different members of the Justice League Dark team here to me. And so when he does a spell, instead of actually bringing those characters to him, instead he's able to see every single member's nightmare right now, what they're going through in their nightmare. And unfortunately, it is not a pretty sight. And so he is very worried about the rest of his team right now. And so that is the moment where we actually do pick up right now with Diana trying to break down the wall that was behind the painting. And of course, she's trying to get to Constantine and also get to Bobo the Chimp. The problem is though, once she begins to break down the wall, she begins to talk. And when she does that, she says, listen, I know this is a nightmare, but even though this is a nightmare, I'm not scared. But I'm going to tell you, sooner or later, you are going to be scared of me. She's right now talking to who she believes is in charge of this nightmare, which of course is Insomnia, the main bad guy of this DC event. Except when she said that, of course, Insomnia begins to dive into her nightmares. And we come to find out that because she feels like right now that she is a hero, that she's not a monster, you have Insomnia say, no, I know your fears, I know your nightmares, and you're scared of the idea that you are technically a monster, just like the rest of your brothers and sisters. Now, the reason why he does say brothers and sisters is because we have to remember that Diana is technically the child of Zeus, one of many children of Zeus. And so that is the moment you actually have Insomnia talk to Diana and say, you have other brothers and sisters that were technically children of Zeus. And some of those kids were technically monsters. They were horrible people. And look at what they did when they came into the world or into existence. And then there's you, Diana. And unfortunately, Diana, you are also a monster just like your siblings. And so that is the moment where we actually jump back over to Constantine. Now, when we jump back over to Constantine, remember, he was trying to use a spell to bring the other members of the Justice League Dark Team to him, except he saw their nightmares. But there was also a second effect to his spell. It actually did bring them all to him, but technically not, because remember, this is a nightmare. And so right now, when he believes that he found the rest of the team, so for example, Man-Bat, Dr. Fate, and of course Zatanna, the one woman he truly loves, when he believes that he found them, you have Zatanna talking away where he's technically not there, that in reality he is just a ghost. But while she is talking, she's really saying that it's Constantine's fault that their relationship has not grown into something special. That every single time she tries to get close to him, he keeps pushing her away or doing things that hurts their relationship, hurt their chances to actually have something special between the two of them. And so this is actually Constantine's fear, the idea of losing Zatanna. And right now, the nightmare is showing him what it will be like to lose the woman he actually loves. But then that is the moment where we actually jump over to Diana. Now, when we do jump over to Diana, this is the moment where you do have Diana right now being confronted by a demonic creature or a nightmare creature that's technically her, just looking like demonic, really. Either way, this nightmare creature is trying to tell Diana that she is a monster, just like her brothers, just like her sisters, just like her father Zeus. And sooner or later, she'll show her true colors, that in fact that she is a monster. Now you also have this nightmare creature kind of playing on the idea that with Diana being around different people in DC Comics, the only thing she constantly does over and over and over again is cause them pain and grief. And so it's this creature saying, you may try to hide from what you really are, but I'm standing here right now in front of you to show you that you are a monster, that I am technically you, and you're technically right now transforming into me down the road. Now, of course, to wrap up this story, you do have Detective Chimp being able to find Diana. But when he does run towards Diana, that is the moment you do have the creature turn into some kind of snake-like creature and then bites Diana, tries to kill her off. And the book ends on that note right there. And so this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.